The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer greatly from the elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. Then Peter took Jesus aside and began to rebuke him. God forbid, Lord, no such thing shall ever happen to you. He turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are an obstacle to me. You are thinking not as God does, but as human beings do." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. What profit will there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? Or what can one give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come with his angels in his Father's glory, and then he will repay all according to his conduct." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat, mga kapatid. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Pakibati din ng good morning ang ating mga katabi sa rainy morning. Sana nagdala kayo ng payong. Gayon din sa mga bata na nandito. Hello kids, good morning. Taas nga ang kamay ng mga batang nandito. There are so many of you. Very early in the morning. Buti naman, no? Gumising kayo ng maaga. Sino ang napilitang gumising at nagmamaktol? Ayun, talaga nagtaas siya ng kamay. Very good. Thank you for your honesty. Yan. At sa ating mga online parishioners, thank you also for being with us. Kids, pasensya ng konti ha, kasi medyo seryoso ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Pero I'm sure of this, matututunan nyo rin ito pagdating ng panahon. Ang mga bata kasi, dahil nga sa murang edad, hindi pa nila gaanong naiintindihan ang ibig sabihin ng krus, kamatayan, paghihirap, sakripisyo. Pero kayo ang magiging halimbawa at inspirasyon namin sa pag-unawa ng krus. Ready ba kayo na pag-usapan ito? Kasi medyo ano po ito ha? I'd like to give you a warning na kung gusto nating pag-usapan ito, kailangan talagang pasukin ninyo ang kahulugan nito. What do I mean? Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Tagalogin natin para mas malinaw. Kung sino daw ang gustong sumunod kay Jesus, kailangang talikuran niya ang kanyang sarili, dalhin niya ang kanyang krus, at saka lang siya makasusunod sa Panginoon. Nung sinabi ni Jesus ito sa mga alagad, when Jesus told the disciples about what will happen to him in Jerusalem, how he will suffer, he will be arrested, he will be executed, crucified, and killed, sabi ni Pedro sa kanya, "God forbid, Lord, I'll not allow it to happen to you." And then what did Jesus say to Peter? "Get behind me, Satan. You're not thinking as God does, but you're thinking as human beings do." And yes, human beings think that suffering, cross, self-denial is not something good or beneficial for us. And we think that the cross is something that we should avoid at all costs in our life. Whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. Whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Tagalogin natin ulit. Kung sino daw yung gustong matagpuan ng buhay niya, kailangan niyang mawala sa buhay na ito. At kung sino man yung nawawalan ng buhay na ito, ay siyang makasusumpong nito kalaunan. What profit would there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? Ano daw ang mapapala mo kung nasa iyo nga ang lahat sa mundong ito, pero nawala naman sa iyo ang buhay na walang hanggan? Sa simpleng pag-unawa, paano ba natin iintindihin ng katotohanan na may krus, paghihirap, pagsubok sa buhay ng tao? How do we deal with suffering, pain, frustration, hardships, adversities, difficulties, problems, trials? Lahat na, pagsamasamahin mo na, ang tawag natin dito ay krus. Krus na mabigat, krus na masakit, at krus na tutuloy sa kamatayan. Let's start by being realistic about it. Sa buhay niyo po ngayon, ano po yung mga krus na dala-dala po natin? If you are to be asked, what is the biggest cross, the heaviest cross, together with the small crosses that I have to carry in my life, that I cannot avoid, that I cannot reject? We ask ourselves, what is my biggest cross right now in my life? Don't get me started with it kasi kaya ko pong ibahagi sa inyo yung aking mga krus at marami po yan. At palagay ko kayo din, kung pag-uusapan natin ng krus umagang-umaga, Father naman, masyado naman kayo. Umagang-umaga, ito si Lord yung gusto niyang pag-usapan natin ngayong umaga, so kailangan nating harapin. Showbiz muna tayo ng konti. Alam po ninyo, nalungkot ako nang namatay si Mike Enriquez kasi idol ko po yan no? Ano siya. And it's a very good man. No, I don't know him personally, but we had several encounters in some guesting and all that. So in my small encounters with him, mabait, napakabait nung mama. Kaya nalungkot ako nung siya'y namatay. And I saw in many of his interviews how he struggled with this sickness kasi nagkaroon nga siya ng transplant at nagkasakit. And in one of the interviews, I saw this. Ang sabi niya, kailangan tanggapin mo yung sakit mo. Kasi pag hindi mo tinanggap na may sakit ka, mas lalo kang mahihirapan. Sabi niya, nung una daw, na nalaman niya na may sakit siya, na unti-unti na, wala na, hindi na nagpa-function ang kidney niya at hindi na rin, at lahat na, nagsama-sama na. Hindi niya tinatanggap, pero sabi niya, mas mahirap mas mabigat pag hindi mo tinatanggap ang iyong karamdaman. Which I think for many of you, for some of you, you are in that same situation of having to deal with a sickness that you cannot address easily because it's just so hard, or a sickness of a family member kasi nakita mo naghihirap din siya. So ang sabi ni Mike Enriquez, kailangan tanggapin mo kasi pag hindi mo tinanggap, mas lalong mabigat. At nadaanan ko din somewhere, no, yung kwento naman ni nung isang ang TV celebrity din, no, si Robbie. Kilala niyo si Robbie Domingo, no? Showbiz lang po muna tayo, ha? Kasi para tingnan natin yung kanilang mga kwento. Meron siyang fiancé na malapit na silang ikasal, tapos nagkaroon ng rare autoimmune disease yung kanyang girlfriend, yung kanyang fiancé. At ang sabi daw niya sa kanyang girlfriend, postpone na muna natin ng wedding at para ma-address natin yung sakit mo. Ang sabi daw ng fiancé niya sa kanya, no, let's get on with it. Give me something to hope for. At tinatanong daw niya, anito mga artista to, ha? But sinishare nila yung kanilang story. Tinatanong niya yung sarili niya, ba't ngayon pa? Ba't kami pa? Ba't siya pa? Ang dami na naman pwede. So again, the question of human suffering, and you ask yourself, why? Why me? And why him? Why her? At marami po hong kwento ng katulad nila. Siguro mga celebrity sila, itong singer, no? Si Eric Santos, kilala nyo rin, di ba? Ako lang ba yung mahilig sa showbiz dito? Si Eric Santos, yung singer, na I can relate with him also, kasi namatay yung nanay niya, tapos eventually namatay din ang tatay niya, magkasunod. And he lost both of his parents in a span of how many months or like that. Nakaka-relate ako doon kasi ganun din ang sitwasyon ko eh. Parehong namatay na yung magulang ko. So again, same question. Ba't naman? Why naman? Why my parents? No? Bakit naman sila? Pwede namang, yung iba nga, meron pa sila, dalawa pa eh. Sa akin nga, kinuha mo agad dalawa. No? So again, you ask yourself, not ganun. No? Why? And a lot of stories. And I think each one of us has our own story to tell about our own crosses in life. So itong sinasabi ng Panginoon sa atin ngayon na parang, whoever wishes to come after me must take up his cross is just something difficult to swallow and accept just like that. No? Lord naman, I want to follow you, of course. No? Pero ba't naman ganyan? Ba't may krus? Ba't kasama yan? At siguro tinatanong din, no? May isang naglumapit din sa akin, one among you who was also asking me, Father, ba't ganun? Pag lalo kang nagseseryoso sa prayer life mo, sa pagsunod kay Lord, gusto mo naman na maging mabuti sa Kanya, gusto mo naman makapaglingkod sa Kanya ng maayos, pero ba't ganun? Habang lumalapit ka sa Kanya at naglilingkod, tsaka naman dumadami ang problema mo. Dati-rati, nung masama pa ako, enjoy lang naman ng buhay namin. Kung kailan ako nag-decide na mag-serve sa simbahan, tsaka naman patong-patong ang problema ko. Ba't ganun, Father? Wala din ako maisagot. Kasi nga, pareho din tayo nagtatanong, di ba? Sabi niya, Father, nung hindi ako nagsaserve, ang ayos-ayos ng negosyo ko, ang lago-lago ng kita ko. Tapos ngayon na nag-serve na ako kay Lord, ayun, nagkalugi-lugi naman ng business ko. Ba't ganun, Father? Akala ko ba God comes to bring us blessing? Ba't ngayon, ito yung pinagdadaanan ko, ay naku Lord, sabi ko, sa dami ho ng mga tanong ng mga tao about the cross and suffering, hindi ko rin ho talaga alam paano sagutin. Minsan nga, sa loob-loob ko, gusto sabihin sa kanila na, si Lord na lang tanongin nyo, ba't ako ba tinatanong ninyo? Pero, hindi pwedeng iwasan yung tanong. Kaya kailangang sagutin. At merong tatlong sagot si Jesus sa atin. Una, ang sagot niya sa atin ay, at yun ang sinasabi niya kay Pedro get behind me, Satan. Do not be a stumbling block to me. Huwag mo kong harangan. Tutuloy natin yung pagpunta ng Jerusalem. You're not thinking as God does, but you're thinking as human beings do. So ganito ang pag-iisip ng Diyos. Una, na nakikita natin sa mga pagbasa. Bilang tao, kabahagi ng paglalakbay natin ang paghihirap. It is not a question of why. When we question suffering, we have to understand the reality of suffering. That it is part and parcel of our life as contingent human beings. Contingent in the sense that we are limited in time and space. We are not immortals. We are mortal. We are vulnerable. And human life is always subject to suffering because human life is vulnerable. The moment we were created and separated from God by way of expulsion from the garden in the book of Genesis, human suffering became part of us because we decided, human beings decided to separate ourselves from the original justice of paradise. So when we journeyed in life, separated from God, that's where suffering entered. At ganun din naman sa atin, the moment we get separated from the security of the womb of our mother, that's why babies cry Babies cry because they know that they are now beginning to live their lives on their own, separated from the comfort of the mother's womb. Reality of suffering. We have to accept that life, part and parcel of that, is suffering. Precisely because we are limited. Itong katawan natin, hindi naman ito Superman or Superwoman or Wonder Woman na hindi tatablan ng sakit o hindi tatanda. The fact that we are contingent, we will suffer. Because our life is not meant to be immortal, at least our bodies. So accept that part of life is suffering. The second lesson that Jesus would like to teach us is, but suffering, although it's part of our life, it's part of who we are, suffering in the cross, hardships and adversities, can also be our path, our door to something better. It's a requisite to greatness. It's reality, but it's also a requisite for something better. Kailangang may mamatay para may umusbong na bagong buhay. Kung gusto natin ng tagumpay, kasama ng tagumpay ang paghihirap. Mga atleta, alam nila yan. Kung gusto mo magtagumpay, kailangan mo maghirap dyan. Hindi ka naman makakakuha ng gold medal na hindi mo pinaghihirapan. Sa mga estudyante, alam natin yan. Hindi ka naman makakakuha ng first honor kung hindi mo inaaral. Kabahagi ng krus o kabahagi ang krus, sakripisyo at paghihirap kung gusto natin ng tagumpay. So suffering is reality because it's part of our vulnerable life, but suffering is also a requisite in order for us to go higher in our life. Kaya mga bata, importante yung marunong tayong magsakripisyo, magtiyaga, magsikap. Kasi wala namang tagumpay na nararating nang ibinibigay sa iyo ng ganun-ganun lang. Kailangan mong paghihirapan, kailangan mong pagsumikapan, kailangan mong tiyagain, at kailangan mong yakapin. No pain, no gain. If there's no sacrifice, there's no success. Bahagi ng ating buhay para mas maging matagumpay at malwal ang krus at hirap na dadaanan mo. At panghuli, pangatlo, sinasabi din sa atin ni Jesus na bahagi ang krus ng iyong buhay kasi sa krus, ipapakita ng Diyos ang kanyang kapangyarihan. Bakit ka may krus? Bakit ka nagkakasakit? Bakit may namamatay? Kasi papakita ng Diyos sa atin na gagapiin niya lahat yan pagdating ng panahon. Our cross is a necessary part of our journey. Our death is a necessary experience for all of us because in death, God will show us His power, how He will conquer death, cross, and suffering to give us hope and eternal life. Sa madaling salita, mga kapatid, ang krus ay ang mapait na kailangan nating tanggapin kung gusto nating marating ang luwalhati ng muling pagkabuhay ng pag-asa ng Diyos na binibigay sa atin. Put everything in context. If you are going through your suffering now, look at the bigger picture of God's design. Ang sabi po sa atin, God is bigger than any of our human suffering. God is bigger and greater than any of our human imagination. You have to go beyond the suffering that you're going through and look at the big picture all around it. There is a bigger plan. that God has designed for us. Do not be stuck in the pain and suffering of what you're going through. Do not be tied down to the suffering that you are now going through in your life. You have to go beyond that. Not because we will forget our suffering, but because we need to transcend and go beyond it and realize that God is greater than all this, that God is more powerful than my sickness, that God has a bigger plan for me than just being stuck here in my bed, in my room. God has a bigger imagination, more creative and more life-giving than what I am capable of imagining for myself. Sa madaling salita, mga kapatid, ang krus na dinadala mo, ang paghihirap na pinagdadaanan mo, oo, masakit yan. Pero kailangan mong yakapin yan kasi pintuan yan na pagdadaanan mo para makarating ka sa panibagong kabanata ng iyong buhay at isang pagkakataon yan para ipakita ng Diyos sa iyo na higit siyang makapangyarihan sa sakit o paghihirap na pinagdadaanan na yan. Sickness, suffering, pain, cross, hardship is an occasion for God to show you how great He is, how powerful He is. And so we need to cling to Him. As Father Jerry has said to us when he came here, Father Jerry Orbos said to us, and I think it's so good, you have to believe and you have to trust and surrender. You have to do a lot of BTS in your life. You have to believe that God has a purpose for this. You have to entrust and surrender everything to Him because He's much bigger and much more knowledgeable than us when it comes to suffering. Our capacity to understand is limited. Our endurance of pain is limited. But God's plan and design for us is much bigger than what we could ever imagine. I don't know if you have understood what I'm trying to say, but let me end by saying to all of us, God is bigger than your pain. God is more powerful than your suffering. God has a purpose for what you're going through. Do not be stuck. Do not be tied down by it. You have to go beyond it. Let your imagination go wild. Believe, trust, and surrender. Because God knows very well what you're going through and what He intends for you to have in your life. Believe, trust, and surrender. God knows better. Pwede pong maupo saglit for a short announcement. Una, maraming salamat sa inyong pagdalos sa ating pagdiriwang ngayong umaga. Also to our online parishioners, thank you for praying with us. Palapakan natin yung mga batang kasama natin, lalo na ang ating mga scholars at ating mga children. Bagamat wala pa kayong krus sa buhay, pero kayo ang inspirasyon namin. Kasi madalas hindi nyo pa naiintindihan, pero sa inyong mga ngiti at sa inyong mga masayang mga pamumuhay, ang mga nakatatanda sa inyong pamilya ay nabibigyan ng pag-asa. The children, look at them. They always inspire us that there's no problem that cannot be solved, and there's no cross that cannot be carried. God is more powerful than all our burdens in life. Marami po kasing nagre-request for the relic na pinamimigay po natin. We were able to give away 3,600 more or less pieces of the third-class relic already. Kaya medyo heavy lang po ang nito, ang production cost, no? It cost us also around 150,000 pesos to give away to all of you. And we are happy to give this to you. Kaya lang yun po, medyo heavy yung cost ng production ng relic. Meron pong nagbigay sa atin ng some donation, kaya magpo-produce pa ho kami ulit for those of you, no, who are in need of the relic. Kaya lang, yun nga po, you have to help us also in the production of the relic. Yung atin pong mga volunteers, they are for free. Labor of love po yan. Yung materials lang na ginagamit natin would cost us something. So, if you can help us more, then we can give more. Yun po yung, so we would like to assure you that for those of you who are sick, it's really the faith in our heart that really matters. No? It's the faith. And the relic is our instrument, no, for us to grow in our faith. This coming September 8, we will have the birthday of Mama Mary. So ngayong Friday po yun. 7 a.m. Mass will be our birthday celebration of Mama Mary. And that happens also to be my ordination anniversary. So that would be my 24th ordination anniversary this coming Friday. And we would like to invite you to be part of our Mass, birthday of Mama Mary, September 8, and also our ordination anniversary celebration. That's 7 a.m. in the morning. We will also have a novena Mass for San Padre Pio. The feast of Saint Padre Pio is September 23. And before that, around September 14, we will have our 9-day novena Masses for the feast. Kaya maraming salamat po, and you're all invited to this celebration. We all stand.